القادم على يديه يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا يا ويلتى ليتني لم أتخذ فلانا خليلا لقد أضلني عن الذكر بعد إذ جاء
اللهم أجرني من النار اللهم أجرني من النار اللهم أجرني من النار اللهم أجرني من اللهم أجرني من
والله الجنة في الفردوس إن شاء الله آمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على مبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. الحمد لله يدنا سيا نكبيا أدما الله سبحانه وتعالى يبون بيسلا سنجيه مبلوني أدم سأنكا نكم شفوني نرى في لنا آدم سو إبسو من يوم كايتري يكمشن يدفو يتريني أن يدكني النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نفيفو أن الصحابة فوني نرى أنا وبيرا وبيتو أنا مو أدي أنا مو سوكو بمدانكو أما أتمودا الله سبحانه وتعالى أمو يمبو يو يسمى مكوابا بيم أدي مبا مام أونلاين أسو أنا أسو نيامين تشاديه yasan so agye abrɛ ya babesua de kakra ade afano topic ya tudi Quran the greatest miracle. Quran no Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala esani de ma yakum shani annabi Muhammad no ya babe ka amon wasama wo Quran no eho esan se gentia ya pese ya treat sa topic we no basically yana ya nyankrofo bebrea kasa yana omoka for the fact say Yesu Kristo nyamesum dwinka no oye nyankopon nyina their argument ni say Yesu eye so many miracles as that miracles in unprecedented and say ebi mada to them no doing something which is beyond human interpretation, say healing the blind, and I say healing the leper, raising the dead, and all those things, they want to believe that if you have the power to do all these things, then it makes you a god. This has been an argument. Most of the people, say Yesu, I such an ibebre, yeah, Christopher, for Yesu, so now, yeah, heaven. Namunkra Mufonso, Commissioner Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then away, and say Chanibana Commissioner a ye. I until to me actually say when a year dear Commissioner a ye. And untina and there, you per se you treated the topic, say Quran, the greatest miracle. Adentina, ye kasa way. In fact, oko Quran ni hadith mua, there are countless number of miracles, ye Commissioner Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or ye. So many miracles. Ye kasa ye ka enwa, and I say ye train a book, it will be in volumes in order to exhaust the miracles performed by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ne momno dentia ye pese ye kasa for this unique miracle. And when they say, Osha Quran no, Chedian Ponyankupon, Esani Edema Adasama, purposely say, Embe guidance, Adasama, So the Quran contains the do's and the don'ts, okay, of the mankind. It is a divine manual, okay, on how to live our life. The Quran is here to give us the insight, okay, into our existence. Omo ye asutie ma nyame no ekowi omo sen omo ye asobra chete nyakopon ekowi omo sen na yenso what is our future we na ye nema ewo Quran mu. So the Quran contains the do's and the don'ts. So it is a divine constitution for the believers. Obi oye gidie ni bia no efa Quran say e ne guidance, that is idea e trend de onye ne de onye. This Quran say nom your friend say idea ye papa na gyan sanoma e waso ye ne sa se Quran say yadia ye friend say ono nyankopɔ epe te say salla kiriwia ene ade o se oye ne pepepe na enema Quran abrawo no otwe ho efiri ho. Eti Quran ye book basically is a book for guidance. Enye say bia be different. So somebody will want to ask, how can a book be a miracle? And then we are claiming that it is the greatest miracle. Because a book is a miracle, no, we want to believe, and it is the fact that the Holy Quran is the unprecedented miracle of all times. Mose pai epumu. Bible says Yesu nante poso. Quran says Yesu madiani firi soro bai. Saa nneɛma weye esi ye nyinara. Emu bie ni ho a ye ka se ye grade a ebeto Quran no ne miracle as a book. Obi bebu say ye ka se miracle ye ade bi obi ayi a eboro adwene ntiase so na Quran de say ye book keke. Eti ye ba be kire enyema Quran ni the qualities of the Quran a eboro adwene ntiase so. Enunti ema Quran ni ya miracle. Adwen nyankopɔ di ma nipa. Ye de digest Quran ni message no. Ene sene nyankopɔ hye Quran na. In fact, Quran the more all kind, every passing day be abefa Quran can you see different things. And I make be one program so. Mala Yunus, do you know? Say in the Quran, Nyankopon kire Annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam infi obedi wa Quran mu. Infi Annabi bedi the 63 years of his life is in the Quran.
No, for that one, you have to convince me. I'm not challenging, I'm not doubting, but convince me that no.
This is one of the miracles of the Quran, and we will come to that. Quran.
So once you've mentioned,
we will come to that. I just chip in, okay, just to let you understand the reason why we are saying the Quran is a miracle. Okay, no prophet, Nyankopon my prophet be, on one case to me predicted ni age, okay, ni rate, ni age, that be. I just say commission Muhammad in the Quran. It is so beautiful, okay. But
I've not seen that beauty unless I'm convinced.
Unless you are convinced, inshallah you'll be convinced. Okay. Now, the Quran, okay, in Arabic word basically means recitation. Okay. So Quran is a book we recite based on a particular guidelines and laws called tajweed. Okay. So you just don't recite it anyhow. There is a law governing the way we recite the Quran. Eti denti na Quran no ye ka se a miracle mi wi ma kire denti a unprecedented esin other miracles nyinara, because somebody catch Moses ye ne bebre o men ensuo river edane moja, okay, Moses o yin nsa na edane white
enye Moses na ono watinya meneda
onwa, okay,
God talked to him directly.
Okay.
Others through revelations, others through
excellent
dreams, but ono there.
Nyankopon ne kasai. Okay?
Deba.
But Quran is unprecedented. And I'll show why. Okay, it's a miracle.
So
God talking to Moses.
it's a miracle.
But
But God's words are in this.
Okay.
He's talking to us every day.
excellent.
It makes it a miracle.
So what you say? And one thing I want to say at and say, on the Quran and Edahono. Yakupon Sane Quran in stages. Okay, within the period of about 23 years. After the death of Jesus, 609, and the Quran revelation started say Eba. That's AD 609. And then the revelation started coming.
ABC 09.
Yeah. 609.
Okay.
And then it ended in 632.
AD or BC?
No, AD, after the death of Christ. Okay, 609, it started, the revelation started. Okay, and it ended 632, which is in 23-year period. Okay, now there has been a research. It was actually conducted in one of the universities in America. And you know how they do it? The first day in school. Okay, normally you go to school every first day in school.
Yeah.
Now, first day in school, the
Very
professor,
special.
the professor came and wanted to let the people understand something. So he called one student, or friend, na student in Bayano, and a conversing good as more beyond, or man conversation, like within let's say 2-3 minutes conversation. And I catch so on catch another person. It's also go catch a different person. And also catch a different person. So some of my compare all the class students in the class, obia you catch an individual
message, individually,
obia message individually. And now the professor operator was a car. They way catch it out. No, I can't. Then everybody will this message is different from mine. Yes, Walker, he will say a different thing. Walker, he will say, but in one context, almost in one context, but different. Message altogether. To the point, the message, the context was even missing. And the Professor no catch said, this is how transmission of information is like. When you say be 1 year, another 2 years, another 10 years, another 20 years, up to 20, that day, the message transmission break a link, a break here. Message, say a to us student and also saying, message with my lakra. So, for the Quran to maintain its purity, okay, over the period of 23 years of the life of the Prophet, the message now or the Bible, word for word, letter by letter, na yatumia preserve book in the same manner. Ye jama and over 1,441 years ago. And if we have been able to maintain this book, word by word, Mala Yunus, letter by letter, without any changes. The Surah of Fatiha you are reciting in Kumasi, the same is in Accra, United States, UK, Canada. The Chinese man, can the Kasa Sabi. Or kind Fatia, or kind to send Africa ni, can send Arab ni ek. Kasa, on the Kasa tonation differs. This is one of the beauty of the Quran.
The accent.
Yes, it differs. Asantini Kasa and Kasa is different. Aibeni Kasa is different. And Nigeria ni brofu is different from Ghana ni brofu. But when it comes to the recitation of the Quran,
America speak English, UK almost speak English, but UK ni kasa.
Who's the way UK ni? America ni kasa. But with the Quran, it's so perfect that you cannot differentiate between the American recitation and the Arabian recitation. Even the pronunciation is being protected and maintained. It is for the book. And then, you see, with the it was in one setting, the classroom. But the revelation was not given to the Prophet in one setting. Sometimes in Makkah, sometimes on expeditions, sometimes on the journey, sometimes even
At war.
At war on the battlefield. So different settings, different emotions, different physiological makeups, different mental activeness. Okay, because sometimes on say, oh, you be to me, even your state of grasping, a bathroom.
Even state of understanding,
Yes.
state of reacting.
But the Prophet was able, under the Quran, under the guidance of Allah, was preserved. Even the settings was different, but yet to me preserve the Quran, you know. And no book on the face of the earth, and a kita sa quality. No book, and a kita that quality, no.
Say Atimia standing the test of time.
Yes.
Say a war field. Say a.
But biara, I didn't see biara. It has been maintained. And that only is not a miracle. But the miracle is that the Quran claimed it. In Quran chapter 15 verse 9, Surah Al-Hijr, Allah says, Inna nazzalna zikr wa inna lahu lahafizun. I have sent down the Quran to you and I'm going to protect it, okay, for you. So that makes it a miracle. Because Sanka Quran and claim sa, because it is by chance, okay? It's just by chance, maybe because of certain in a man basa. But now here is the Quran claiming say book now knowing say in history there have been so many books that have gone through so many deletions, submissions, and manipulations. Yet Quran went ahead and made this challenge and claimed that the book, the Quran, which has been revealed to us, is going to maintain its purity. So this is a miracle. This in itself is a miracle. And God Almighty, okay, you know, preserve Quran in so many forms. Okay, now He is preserving it from the high divine protection, okay, against forces that will want to destroy the Quran. I don't want to go into that. Now, the second one is that through the prophet, the presence of the prophet, okay, because the prophet, God gave him a sharp memory. Okay, God told him that la tuharrik lisanak lita'ajala bih inna alayna jam'ahu wa qur'ana fa idha qara'nahu fattabi qur'ana thumma inna alayna bayana. Prophet, keep your calm. Don't rush to receive the message. Maybe you are thinking you will forget about it. Don't worry. Inna jam'ahu wa qur'ana. We are going to jam'ah. We are going to compile it into your breast. And then even the recitation wa qur'ana, and even the recitation, we are going to teach you everything. So don't worry. Inna alayna jam'ahu wa qur'ana. We are going to make it. We are going to keep it within you, that you will not forget. You can recite it at any time that you want. It is when the prophet was there, Nyakupon ma prophet no the ability to grasp the Quran. And then Nyakupon kachre yenya yaka yede yenya komisheni. O biara obefa Quran no nyame kachre sa nipa ne se wala qad yassalna al-Qur'ana lizikr fahal min muddakil. In about 7 places in the Quran, Allah says, I am going to make the Quran easy for you to memorize. Imagine an encyclopedia of about 600 pages. Okay? An encyclopedia. God is telling us in the Quran that He is going to make the Quran easy for us to memorize and keep it for reference sake. There is no book on the face of this earth. The Christians will want to argue with the Bible by the Quran. If Bible by the Quran,
memorized the Bible?
Matthew has a Bible. Who has been able to memorize the book, the Gospel according to Saint Matthew, word by word, letter by letter, obieniho, and obiensun to me, because it does not have the uniqueness of the Quran. The miracle Quran no one. Anyway, yes, just by chance, and it doesn't mean say the Muslims have, good memorization skills than the others. Okay, and Obi American cannot be struck Quran and memorize it. It's not only the Arabs who are memorizing the Quran. Most of us are memorizing the Quran. Now you can have a child, in fact, a female child. Okay, this is not to disrespect the women folk.
No, to
but
look down on them.
yes, it's not to disrespect them. One say a female by nature, no. One say we share Quran studies now. Mostly, active men. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, in terms of Quran, because Obani Shefie, or ye Juma Kakaka, or background poet, or cry, Mama Milkofum, Wobeko, Makanta, Widow Beshakola. So most of us embarking access to the Quran, saying, but today, a child, okay, a female child, as young as about 5 years old, have the whole Quran here. 2 years old, child, memorize the whole entire Quran. And you don't call this a miracle. What is it? In fact, it's not just a miracle. I will come and prove why it is the greatest miracle. Nyankopon ne kan Quran mu. And then Quran nso yensua normally psychologically. Ade aya na yesua de culture exams no. Yesua culture ho exams no. Eno na ya emma yetumi ye hu hye mu hye ni because of the exam. But most of the people have memorized the Quran without writing one exam on the Quran. Not even one. Your school, no? Adi amaye tumi sua adi sua ni examination.
Because of the possibility of failing.
Failing. So when the book is examinable, akiola manfoni black when you memorize akiola. Obe sua until you can memorize it. Yes. But the Quran is not examinable yet. We are able to memorize the entire Quran. It's not just a small book, an encyclopedia of about 600 pages. And people will just memorize it. Now, when you are reciting the Quran and you leave one apostrophe, somebody will correct you. Because the Quran is implanted in the brains and the hearts of men. And you be able to Nyankopon account Quran say in I was saying ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر. Yasal yusra means easy, something for you to memorize and remember. How can a book claim this and yet we see it with our naked eyes happening? Last time I was looking at one program, I was so enthused. It was so beautiful. Now omoye musabaka Quran competition, twins, okay, twins Quran competition, twins who are hufaz, both the twins are hufaz, okay. So they came from different parts of the world. They met and they were doing competition. Which twin are the best hufaz? So I also see these parents of these kids are blessed, and I believe
making two people.
Yes. Twins, both who follow the Quran.
Making them who fast and don't cry.
It's not easy. Even one, and that's from, in fact, making them and not just say impenifu. And Kolomundu had already said tempo. I think 8 years, 7 years, 9 years that way. And almost competition on the Quran. And twins also about eight set pairs of twins. In Jeremiah 16. That is the Quran for you. Book we heard about Shakespeare. He wrote a lot of poems. The poem Shakespeare, the poem is saying how many pages? Okay, we heard about Romeo and Juliet. How many pages? Who on earth has been able to memorize Romeo and Juliet? Obi anyhow. Obi ako university acquire literature. Why poetry for so many years? He can teach. He is master on the field of literature.
Shakespeare.
My brother.
But memorization.
On to me memorize it. Word by word, letter by no on to me. Obi anyhow. It's not possible.
Aje Quran.
And it's a Quran. This is a miracle. And if you don't see this as a miracle, then you have to provide a book. We challenge the world. Provide just a book in the yempe 600 pages, just 200 pages. The gospel according to Saint Matthew, how many pages? Who have been able to memorize the gospel according to Saint Matthew? Just one book of the Bible. You know, Bible have about 66, some 77, some. Okay, the 66 one. Bakumpo obedient to me memorize it.
But they quote.
Quoting is usual. You can quote from anywhere. I can quote for Encyclopedia Britannica. Doesn't mean I have memorized the whole encyclopedia. But you are quoting from something you have memorized. The entire book. Obi kind of a mistake. You see, who quote okay from the Bible? Obi betumia kanya sembi. One shekra who say Bible no kind. A Christian who can be quoting. You can be saying something in the Bible. Oh, who's a Bible now? Opa, omombra ni nyom test.
But from the Quran.
The moment I will buy a bisulo bien, you be so that kwa wokan. So that kwa wokan ni. Baby ese. Dia twaso, dia buy answer no ba yenimi na.
Even baby a revelation e buy Quran.
Yenimi na. So
say makia.
So you see, and I say madani yenina yenim. So you see the Quran is such that if you sit down to reflect, okay? Like Allah always tell us, أَفَيْتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ. Don't you sit down and reflect upon the Quran? So that take you have something to ask.
Yes, sure. The aspect of the Quran telling the age of the prophet still. Yeah, but
what is here? That's going to be our last point.
I think I have a follow-up question to that.
That's going to be our last point. Okay?
Okay.
Inshallah. So this takes us to the next part of our our topic. Now the Quran has been able to be preserved through memorization. This miraculous way of memorizing the whole Quran. Apart from the memorization, the Quran said, أَفَرَيْتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ إِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَّدُوا فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Do they not ponder, reflect, scrutinize the Holy Quran? Had it been from any other person other than Allah, you will find so many contradictions in the Quran. Okay, this has been a standing challenge.
So many what?
Contradictions.
Our Quran.
Quran neka. Wase senka enyo no nyame asama. Ke yebehu se sebi ensema ebubu ebra bebere e Quran no.
People are challenging that. They quote and pick. I mean, you've met a lot of people on debates. I mean, those who believe in God, those who believe in the 3-in-1 God, and
my brother,
those who don't believe in God at all.
You see,
the common sense people.
You know, we are going to have a debate. Yes, very soon. Ashaiman. Inshallah.
Will you invite ma'am online?
Oh, we are still on the discussion stage.
If I come on media people,
we are still on the discussion stage. It's going to be a very big program. We are still on the discussion stage, and I believe
live coverage. Invite.
Inshallah.
I'll be there in flesh and.
Inshallah. We are going to do the program. Maybe before Ramadan, inshallah.
So we meet these people challenging the Quran that there are contradictions. The part where enye sala abrawa nomsa enomsa pra.
So you want me to go into this right now? Right.
No, like the contradiction.
Okay. You see, there is no contradiction in the Quran. But what we have in the Quran is contraindications.
What?
And then I omontiasi. Okay.
Or abrogation. We are Babi.
I have a problem with that.
You have a problem?
I don't want to go into that because this is a different topic altogether. The abrogations. When I went to Benin.
Inti diawokan. What can we do? And I mean, so my candy a titi. So the hin eye and at the hin our problem with my thief who difference no abrogation here then and at the old can't see and bro focus here now.
In fact, I don't want to go into the abrogation because
in some,
I have
small.
No, you see abrogation, okay?
Almost verse we have a trouble.
Yeah, there is a verse in the Quran. Ma nansakh min ayatin aw nunsiha, okay? Nati bi khayrin minha aw mithliha. Allah said that we do not cause any verse, okay, to be abrogated or to be forgotten unless we bring another one which is better than it, and okay, to replace it. I don't want to go into that. But there is no abrogation in the Quran.
Abrogation,
People
contradiction.
Excellent. There's no abrogation in the Quran, but I know there are some scholars who believe and they have written books on the obligations of the Quran. May I show some more video? Because when I went to Benin, some people came to me that they want to learn from me. So we were discussing something, and this concept of obligation came. I sat them down and was giving them the interpretations to each and every verse that they claim has been abrogated. And they went back to report to their teachers, the ulama. It became a very big debate. Ulamas were called even from Saudi Arabia to respond. Some from Ghana, some from Togo. It was not easy. At the end of the day, Amaka said, we should let it be there.
Why?
Because what I know, I don't want to, in fact, I don't want to go into the details.
How will we know what you know when you are not telling us?
My brother, you know.
So the abrogation, no, abrogation, as your mana convince you know. What do we do?
Yeah, you have to, you see.
When we don't know what.
No, you have to accept it, okay, that there are abrogation, but in a different context. Okay, I believe in abrogations in the Quran, but the word abrogation, the English word abrogation, okay, if you take it as a verse has come to delete another verse which is not working again,
then that verse shouldn't be in the Quran.
No, even if it is in the Quran, then I have a problem with it.
Oh, okay.
I personally, I'm not talking from right now, and yet Islam na American wasem. I'm talking about myself.
And then the word we are using.
Okay, the word, the obligation word. So what I say, you made mention of Quran say yanom nsa. I will say then yakoye salah.
Yen maya nom nsa abra yakoye salah.
Abra yakoye salah.
Edru baby or say maya nom kra. Maya nto chacha.
Yes.
And all of that it came.
Inti
maya nom kwano, maya nom krano. Ababe cha enum abra yakoye salah ni.
David. Yes, sanity. So this is contraindications. Contraindications. So there was a problem actually. This type of verses, there is a science called the sciences of harmonization. Okay, send a harmonizing verses no. Similarly contradictory verses. As a contradicted. I will say okoye salamenum. La taqrabu salata wa antum sukara. Okay? Don't approach salah when you are in state of intoxication. Here he says, yes, alunaka al khamr wal maisal. Kul fihima. You see, they ask you about gambling and alcoholism. Tell them that there are nafi, and then shab, dar, something which is harmful and something which is good. Okay? Akbal min naf'ihima. But the bad aspect of it is greater than the good aspect. And then in Surah Ma'idah, ayah number 90, Allah says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu innamal haml wal maisr wal ansab wal azlam rijsun min amal shaytan fajtanibuhu la'allakum tuflihun. Okay? All you who believe, what I say. So this is general prohibition.
So looking at this,
example to explain the meaning of contraindications
and then abrogation.
And the abrogation. For the abrogation, the opposite and say
we have a choice.
Yes. First, you know, okoye salabit manum nsa. And I way by us there be more numbium. 80 wedding near Jumabium. We no nya adwuma biom. Na me say da bi enti ayes no ye miensa. ayes ne kasa fan sa hono yemiensa ba bi o say yes alunak anal khamr wal maisir anabi omu busara fa insanom ho ena chacha okay ana say kul fihima ismun kabir wa manafi'u linnas kacho mo say sa ne mamienu no bone kese nemu mfaso so ma adasama nemu wa ismuhuma akbal min naf'ihima nemu bone no dos esusin ne mfaso ana wenos la takrabu salata wa antu tukalma mun ko yesala bla kwa mabro verses me saying up to now yejuma yes all the 3 verses ning na yejuma. So this is what I was trying to explain to them and which I'm going to explain to you. Okay?
You are getting me confused.
Don't get confused. Don't get confused. All the 3 verses are working na encham ila yawm al-qiyamah. Encham.
How?
Excellent.
How does Nini
A better than message na yejuma. And yes, I'm busa. Number 1. I want to ask you, Chacha, any insa, boninim. Mfaswonim.
Mfaswobe.
And yes, a boom. Ugo kai ibn Kasir, tafsir ibn Kasir, or Chile, and Sahum Faswo. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If you read Tafsir ibn Kathir, he was telling us the benefits of alcohol. And you cannot tell me we don't have, but you and me, we are benefiting from alcohol. It's alcohol. There are a lot of things, alcohol, spirit. There are a lot of things that we use alcohol to do, but we call it clinical alcohol. Even in our pharmaceutical industries, there are never be alcohol. In fact, the human system needs alcohol to sustain human life.
Even the ordinary food we eat.
That's why I'm saying the human system needs alcohol. Some amount of alcohol should be in our system. Do you think Allah don't know what He's talking about? So Allah is telling us that in it there are some goodness in it, but the evil part is akbar, is much greater. Yes. So in this verse, Allah is not telling us whether it is haram or not haram. So this is the indication. I want to take the verse one after the other. It is a verse where Omoka said Bakono, every child verse wemu. Okwa sala ni be twa verse wemu. And there one shot my that say men mukan be twa they also kwa sala num. And I'm say ni nyina ye adwuma to na.
Ti eye adwuma no o fa na wa.
It won't say gambling mfaso
and sanso
mfaso. Unzo ka say wa manafi ti wa manafi linnas wa ngasa lil mu'minin. Ada samanya mfaso film. Ada sama unzo ka say wa ngasa wa manafi lil mu'minin. Enya se mfaso ma agidefo nem adasa enya mfaso. God is telling us the reality. People are not benefiting from gambling.
So it could be a pointer. A Muslim will need alcohol to rub some kind of wound.
Which is
a bleed child. You are bleeding profusely.
Yes, you see.
Yeah, they rubbing alcohol.
And if you read Ibn Kathir, he talk about a lot of things. Okay, I had the alcohol. I am faso Emma Adasama. Do you know there was a car which used alcohol as a fuel? Oh yes. Me sure say tie for mutia ebi those type of cars. It used alcohol as its fuel in place of diesel or petrol. Are you going to tell me that enyam faso? Faso. But we are not talking about getting intoxicated by alcohol. It is was not talking about whether or not it's good for you to drink alcohol or not. It is just telling that there are some goodness in alcohol and gambling.
Okay.
Now, la takrabu salata wa antum sukara.
Approaching salat intoxicated.
Okay, hatta ta'lamu ma taqulun, until you know what you are reciting. No, sometimes people don't add this one. Yes, so it's in the same verse. La takrabu salata wa antum sukara hatta ta'lamu ma taqulun, until you are conscious of what you are reciting. Why are you telling me it is abrogated? Why is it abrogated? It is still working. Can you go to Salah when you are intoxicated? No, you can't. Even intoxication, okay, in that word, you see, here Allah did not mention alcohol. He did not mention
it could be anything.
It could be anything, even sleep.
Cocaine.
No, even sleep.
Sleep, yeah. Now when you swat, like.
So the Prophet advised us in the Sunnah that if you are having excessive dizziness or you feel like sleeping, leave the Salah, sleep and rest, have what we call koilula, siesta, okay? Then you can come back to your senses and pray. So intoxication in this verse does not mean alcohol per se.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. It could be anything.
Can intoxicate you.
Can intoxicate you. In that state, yes. So in that state, you need not to go. You need not to approach prayers. Now, if you go to the Sabab Nuzul, the Hadith, okay, you will understand. They will tell you that one Sahaba, I don't want to mention him. Okay, they went for a party and they were playing. Okay, you see, it was also a competition. You know, the Arab had a culture. They compete musabaka in alcoholism. So one of the Sahabas invited them to the house for a banquet. Now, after eating, they were using alcohol as game.
Yes,
so they came back during Salah.
Something like if you lose, then you drink.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's what they were doing. One of the Sahabas, to mention him, not Oya Salah, not Oya Kasabi, or Kain Suratul Kafirun. They were not all mixing, we know. Okay? No, the Quran is such that kind of one kind words it misses the meaning. Sometimes the meaning can be
and the representation itself.
Yes. Example. Say Allah khalaqa samawati wal ard. Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth. And then Allah khalaqa samawati wal ard. It's almost the same. This why it's halaka.
It sounds the same.
And this why it's khalaqa. Now if you say halaka means Allah destroyed the heavens and the earth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Allah destroyed the heavens and the earth. But the main thing is khalaqa, created. So if you are instead of intoxication,
how would you?
Excellent. So Allah is telling us that when you are going to pray, don't get intoxicated. Here, Allah is not talking about whether or not, what do you call it? Alcohol is haram or halal. No. He's not talking about the hukum. There's no hukum here. The hukum is pertaining to salah. And then, you see, the verse did not even stop there. It was even talking about wudu and tayammum. It's talking about wudu and tayammum. The verse continue that, and if you visit the toilet, okay, or the washroom, you don't have to pray until you clean yourself. And if you don't find water, then use the sand to clean yourself, which is tayammum. So basically, Allah was talking about the prerequisites to prayers, things that you have to do and things you don't have to do before entering into prayer. So, yes, it is al-wala. It is al-wala. So here, there's nothing like alcohol or drinking in this verse.
It is about intoxication.
Yes.
And intoxication also, anything can cause it.
Yes, and then related to salah.
Relating to salah.
Salah.
Okay.
So it is still working today.
Then let's look at the last one.
The last one is the prohibition. Don't drink. That's where the prohibition is. If you drink, it's a register. Not only amal shaitan, regis. Regis means filth. Filth efi atantan de akokora min amel shaitan ti so blosam wo nyuma bebre but the emu the type bi ensanom. So in this verse I want the abrogate the what do you call it, the prohibition by all that verses are contraindications because a contradiction it is talking about one thing and it has contradicted. Contraindication, this one is talking about a different thing, it's indicating a different thing. This one is indicating a different thing. This one is indicating a different thing. So this is the meaning of contraindication. And then contradiction. Contradiction say Mike way, now you need a blue. The same Mike no be like say Mike ni way I have red. This is pure contradiction.
Oti hey who Mike no blue and it's blue.
Yeah.
Na Shaikh fufu
That be me krona. Me say I have red.
Mike black way.
Yes. So I've contradicted my speech. Mike ni a blue. Mike ni a tia. It is not contradiction. One is talking about the color, the other is talking about the height. So we call it contraindication.
Okay. I get it.
So what you say?
Yes.
So this is what we call. So in the Quran, this is what we see in the Quran. So you need somebody who can explain it for people to understand. That is why I want to have another debate with Avram Bemoshe. Because oh yes, yashishem we aka skebi wo say yetua bi.
And they may aware.
Oh, you see.
But I know you mean can
oh no, it is understandable. To pay money for that debate is understandable according to me, and I told him so.
According to you.
Oh yes, you see, we have to understand.
So this will be the second time you are meeting him, or is it the third?
Yeah, no, this one is going to be the second time. Okay, this is going to be the second time.
You want to be there.
On said the entire makers make us and say, allow Kropaka, obi nyame apagya no apagya no. For the need man. You see, some of your first debate no, one can say in Cheribia.
Okay.
So what I say, yeah, or no crampo, and because I see a crampo, I will almost saying. But today, one year standard. Okay?
When your popularity.
And yes, that's the standard. Was setting a particular standard for himself. Or managers, or followers. And he is doing the damage.
More.
So paying him even 50 million, okay, hypothetically, to have a debate with him, if you know you have, okay, the knowledge, not only the truth, you can have the truth, but you don't know how to present it. And I said, Obino, so when you be a debate, now one to me and deliver, I don't say Islam here wrong. It is inability from your own side. Okay, it's not Islam.
Now falling short in
excellent. So if you know you have the adequate knowledge and you understand the issues and you have the nia to defend the deen, paying him to nullify
or budget 10,000 crowns.
Yes, you can do it. Hypothetically, you can do it. You know nipa ba kum prempo te na so sakra. Do you know what you are going to gain from it? Immense. They say and he is under management.
Of course.
When he's coming with a team. So you can imagine the cost involved. So it is understandable. The young fellow don't think.
But Druha,
inshallah,
we would like to be there.
So you know this is the 3 verses which is contraindicatory, not contradiction.
Okay.
So in the Quran,
moving on to the miracles,
there is no
miracles of the Quran.
Contradiction in the Quran, and this in itself is a miracle.
Matthias said, I'm sure so will be Matthias.
Excellent.
Yes.
So this,
because you were getting me confused.
You don't have to get confused.
As I say in Matthias here, I don't know. The on Matthias here, no bit may leave a comment behind. The
excellent. Eti sana identity. So eti offer other books. You see a lot of, especially the Bible. Okay, other religious books, you will find this kind of contradictions. Baby. So we want to believe this book coming from an unlettered prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, and then having this perfect information with no contradiction. Even again, in itself is a miracle. It's a miracle.
Nipa onimachro.
Now, you said.
Nipa onimachro. Na oyi nsema.
Is it true the prophet don't know how to write? I don't want to go into that. Maybe one day we will treat that topic, inshallah.
Hafiz.
Inshallah, when we treat that topic.
It's not true.
Oh no, the prophet can write. Okay, the prophet can write.
Rasul can write.
Oh yes, in so many hadiths. And you see, we will come to that inshallah.
Writing, you're in different forms.
Said,
if I can put a painting on the wall, I'm writing.
No, he can write, actually. The prophet can write.
So he was schooled?
No. No. I don't know your meaning, your interpretation to the word school.
Schooled as in taught how to write.
You see, people have different qualities. People have different qualities. You know, I remember time na yesu kretu ya na yesu no abonte anopa ba bi yesu so na abula bi wan kofo be serisu na o ka hurufu na ya ba ku be fen annakum, okay, ainakum, binakum, bawnakum, bunakum. Sa our friends who are kufals, they memorize it with us
because
they are always there and the recitation is coming. Okay, so they just memorize it.
Okay.
So it's not
in a way they've been schooled.
Yes, okay, but not in the sense that we understand the word schooling. So you have to get a teacher who is going to teach you do this and that. You understand? Mm-hmm. There's a famous hadith that I remember I raised this issue in one of some places, which is a center for Islamic studies. And when I said this, the ulama said, no, it's not true. Oh, I say, are you sure? So I opened in Sahih Buhari, and they saw about 3 hadiths confirming what I'm saying, even in Sahih Buhari. So it just occurred to them, but we thought the prophet is unlettered. I'm saying, no, it has a meaning. The word unlettered has a meaning.
Okay, explain to me.
No, we are diverting. We are diverting from our
the meaning of unlettered. You label the prophet. You know.
We are going
you explain it.
You see, let me give you the
miracle.
Let me give you the hadith. Okay, which shows that the prophet can write.
Okay.
And it is very famous. Even you yourself, you know the hadith.
Okay.
Just that it has not occurred to you.
I'm not the only one listening.
Yes. It has not occurred to you. Say, Bia, say this when the because
interpretation.
My people, the ulama that I was discussing it with, they knew this story because it is a story. They knew it, but I'm boom say. Excellent. Until when they read it and then because I said it now, it occurred to them. Okay. It is a famous hadith when the prophet had a treaty, the treaty of Hudaybiyah.
Okay. No, continue for the benefit of others. The treaty.
I didn't know much. Sayyidina Ali muchle Muhammad Rasulullah. Kufar for David. Yani Muhammad bin Abdullah. Yani we don't see him to be Rasulullah. We know he's Muhammad bin Abdullah. So make it Muhammad bin Abdullah instead of the Muhammad Rasulullah. Before they can accept the treaty.
Before they can sign.
Yes.
Today.
Yes. The Sahaba was reluctant to do it because they believe the Prophet is Rasulullah. So they don't want to
alter it.
Yes. How do you expect me, the Sahaba of the Prophet, say me fanidin babi acho Rasulullah no? It to them no so oyasana. He's also siding with the Kufal. Say commissioning enya Rasulullah.
Psychologically.
It almost someone Prophet say Munya, Prophet, are you not the Rasul? Say yes, I am. So why do you want us to? We are not going to clean it. So the Prophet took it in the hadith, and he
took it.
He took the written record, and then he cleaned the place where it is written Rasulullah, and then he wrote bin Abdullah.
He took it.
Yes, from the Sahaba.
Cleaned it.
Yes.
And he wrote
Muhammad bin Abdullah.
Then he He was lettered.
Excellent. So you see, I asked you, are you sure the prophet did not know how to read and write? If assuming you don't know how to read, how would you know that this is the place they've written Rasulullah? And how could he write bin Abdullah?
I get it. I understand.
But I will come to the word Ummi. Refer to him in the Quran. I will come to it, but I don't want to go into that today. The word illiterate.
All of these are miracles of the Quran.
Yes, but you see some of the topics, okay, are such that I have to treat it as a topic. You see the obligation.
By a bit in such a way, at least later on, no, if you are to expand, then we expand it broadly.
You see, let me give you let me give you one understanding. Let me give you one understanding of the word Ummi. Okay,
unlettered.
Yeah, unlettered. In Quran, in Surah Jum'ah, Allah says, "Huwa allazi ba'asa rasulahu fi ummiyin." It is the Allah who has sent a messenger to the unlettered people. Who are the unlettered people? The Arabs. Does it mean all the Arabs don't know how to read and write? So why are they called unlettered? So what is the meaning of the word unlettered there?
Those who don't know.
They don't know what?
They don't know the truth.
So you see, so it you see the word Ummi, like the Prophet was referred to in Surah Araf, Nabiyu Ummi, it has a different meaning. Which inshallah maybe I have to take time to explain this thing. That's why I've given you one scenario in the Quran, in Surah Jum'ah, Huwa allazi ba'asa rasulahu fi ummiyin. Allah has sent to these people which are illiterate people. But we know most of the Sahabas were literate. Most of them were literate. And you know that knowledge, civilization started from the Arab land. When the revelation was coming, people were writing. So you can't say they are illiterate. And they were the Quraysh.
So in words, you know, the unlettered people, you know, then Allah refer. Who are the people that Allah refer? Say unlettered.
The same people, but the word unlettered Ummi is having a different meaning.
What's the meaning? You
see, the thing is that it have diverse meaning. Okay, depending on where it occurs. Okay, depending on where it occurs in the verse, or maybe in the hadith. Okay, for example, the Prophet will say a word in Arabic, in the hadith, so many hadiths, and then he will ask the Sahaba, and they say, Allah wa Rasuluhu a'lam. It is Allah and the Prophet who knows best.
Yes.
Why? Are they not Arabians? Don't they understand Arabic even more than the Prophet? Most of them were poets. Most of them are older than the Prophet. So it means they are exposed to the Arabic culture and literature than the Prophet. Why are they saying that Allah and the Prophet knows best? So in that context, in the context of the Sharia, they know that some word, okay, you can understand literally in one sense, but the meaning of that word, okay, in the Sharia is different. So it doesn't mean they are ignorant about the word, but they are ignorant about the implication. Okay, what is the word stands for? What the word stands for?
Okay.
So you see the word cap, yeah.
It could be this. It could be this.
And then it could even be the trophy. You see, and in the Bible, Jesus Christ used it to represent death.
When your cup is full.
And then even some places say, "Oh my Lord, if it pleases you, let this cup pass by me."
That's trouble.
Or death.
Problem. Yeah, death.
When he went to the Garden of Gethsemane, the same cup, having different meanings. So it depends on where it occurs. Okay, in the passage or in the sentence, then we can derive the meaning. That's why I'm
be back if went me and the code the entire worker the tone at the moment.
Yes.
What is going on?
Yes.
The atmosphere.
You can't understand. Yes.
You won't understand.
You couldn't understand. So I will take my time to come and then discuss this with me, so that we can get all
Does the Quran deal with calculations, mathematics?
Oh yes. Oh yes. So many mathematical miracles in the Quran.
I've heard somewhere the prophecy, Allah ordained him as a prophet at age 40.
Yeah.
The message was 23 years, for 23 years.
Yes.
He lived on earth for 63 years.
Yeah.
40, 23, 63. Is that a calculation?
You see,
does that link to...
My brother, there's so many miracles in the Quran. In fact, if we want to talk about this, sometimes we get so emotional and even passionate. Because you can understand the divine, placement of verses strategically in some places.
So there are mathematics in the Quran.
Oh yes.
That
do you know even that calculation is what we are going to derive the age of the prophet from?
Okay.
The age of the prophet is in that calculation.
My calculation is wrong. Dude.
So I don't want.
Is it wrong?
I don't want to come into that because there are so many ways of calculating this kind of things. Okay. So now the point I was trying to put across is that there is no contradiction in the Quran, and I've not
well understood.
I know. I don't know.
Abrogations.
Yes, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to go into the abrogations.
No
contradictions.
Contradiction.
Yes, there's
the
no
contradiction. No cross to sin. Abrogation.
Yes, the abrogations. The Muslims accept the abrogations, but they just don't accept the contradictions because there are no contradictions in the Quran. But there are some people who believe there are abrogations, which not Islam, in my own studies, I want to believe the abrogations can be explained, so that all the verses will work, even up to today, till Yom Al-Qiyamah. And I don't believe this is a bad cause. It's about explanation. If the explanation is wrong, they will just discard it. I don't want to go into that. Maybe inshallah some other time. So the third thing is how the Quran can move souls. The ecstasy, the state of the Quran that push people, move the hearts. Sometimes you don't even understand the meaning, but it can move you to tears.
Okay. I don't know if it's in the Quran. Something like the Azan, the call to prayer. Or Quran.
Oh yes.
Look at the way it moves people.
Excellent.
People become Muslims.
Just because of the Azan?
Yes. Is it what we are talking about?
So, yes. You see, the Quran, the miracle of the Quran is numerous. Be brilliant to mankind. I know of people who just became Muslim by listening to the Quran. In fact, even most of us Muslims, we always hear and listen to the Quran. But anytime we listen to it, it gives us a different, version of ourselves. Because we feel
understanding,
even without the understanding, most of the people don't understand Arabic as a language. But say ye can Quran na utia. The melody, the pronunciation, the rhythm, the rhyming, the arrangement, and the power behind it.
Whoever is reciting it,
yes, it makes you feel like you are close to God. It makes you feel like you have some kind of peace. It makes you feel like your burden is being taken away from you. It makes you feel like you still have somebody you can go to in times of need. You see, when you listen to the Quran, anything that you are going through, you find some kind of comfort, some kind of tranquility in the recitation of the Quran. Unlike any other book. Book be anywhere ubetia one tia se ubesu. Yeah, can book on tia se na usu. Fourth. It is only Quran. That move people who don't even understand it to tears. And this is a miracle on its own.
Okay.
It's a miracle on its own. It moves hearts.
What's it? Maths womb. That's like calculation. A womb. And the power behind it that moves hearts and also womb. So what about this part? The scientific part.
You see, as for the scientific aspect of the Quran, we can talk about a whole lot of, scientific facts in the Quran.
They say the earth is flat. They've been saying it. And Quran said a different thing. Now they've come to accept what the Quran said.
You see,
Mode of, transition, as in giving birth, all of that.
Yeah. When we say Quran, no, it's not a book of science. It gives us so many dimensions of human experience and human knowledge. If you want to talk about history, mathematics, geology, or anything that you want to talk about, literature, you get some portion of it. You see, today I was talking about economics, inflation, and all these things.
Yes.
Okay,
It has to do with zakat.
Yeah, all this knowledge is in the Quran, and the Quran have its own interpretation. For the scientific aspect, the only thing I want to talk about today, most of us want to wonder. This is something people are trying to figure out. This is something people want to understand. Because if you sit down and look at the world map, now we be all since nedda. We are to say a BB Basabini.
That's complicated.
Because say okay, continent no bona yin so ni free mo. E be ni na be hia. Perfectly. They say we na ya team you. Your team you say ya. It doesn't matter the shape or whatever. Say you sign the bus in the be fit.
I had to say they were her.
Sir. Excellent.
We found out the year.
This year yin show no oceans ni seas ni free mo. E be samba be hia si. So, if you are saying that say unsua ya dia enye too much. But what sunya unse never be brew. It is beyond human understanding. And one of the major things human beings want to understand is how this universe came into existence. And what is going to happen to the universe someday. Okay? The origin of the universe and the future of the universe. This is a question people want to ask. So great men, great thinkers of the past, they try to propose so many philosophies and theories and whatever. But you see, most of the theories they propounded, okay, because
doesn't add up.
Yes, there are so many missing links. Okay, like the theory of evolution, like this. If you want to go into this, there are so many missing links that you can just sum it up. But the Quran, you see, this is what some of the calculations, even mathematics, the Quran made a very profound, okay, statement in the Quran. No Quran actually, the Quran yakupon fa so bo wiase, any areas na we. Which today scientists have been able to prove it and then substantiate it and believe in it. Most people are coming to Islam because of this. Okay, in the Quran, Allah says in Quran chapter 21, Surah Al-Anbiya, ayah number 30, Allah says, أَوَلَمْ يَلَى الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Allah said, do they not, the kuffars, okay, do they consider, okay, do the disbelievers don't consider that the heavens and the earth was one? Okay, it was like this. And then you put pipe. Yes. In the beginning, in the initial stage, the world was created. Okay, like this. And all the physics, quantum physics, everything, okay, chemical reaction now was, taking place within this. According to science today, okay, the Quran just said that God created the heavens and the earth and then split them, okay, asunder. It's a ball and a pie. Okay, then it gave rise to galaxies.
There is a word for that, but
the Big Bang.
Big Bang.
Yes, you see, that's what we call the Big Bang. Now, the moment of Obu Wiasana. Now we are ne you see a Wiasana ne science for say I did about 20 billion years. If we must say 11 billion years, if we say 15 billion years, so we say it is between 11 to 20 billion years. This universe.
From the lowest to the highest.
Until universe no, fear almost say adino. A blind yakopon boy a wiase no, the immediate boy was not the temperature no, 100 million degree Celsius, 100,000 million. 100,000 the temperature no, 100,000 million degrees Celsius.
Like a billion.
100,000 million degrees Celsius. And 3 seconds later, 1 second later, a drop about 10,000 million. 1 second, the moment of boy cat, according to science, and
now what this height
and about
this level,
that's 100,000 million degree, and about 10,000 degree. Now 3 seconds no, and about 3,000 million degree. It's not a gusua airtete. A gusua airtete. And within 3 days, you know, now back about 900 million degrees Celsius. Within just, I say 3 days.
3 days, yeah. You mentioned 3 days.
Yes.
But you started from 1 second.
1 second, yeah, to 3 days. Now we do 900 degrees Celsius. Not just a Russia. Most of the if I say scientists no, and I don't mind those kind of figures. The temperature I reduce it dramatically. Okay, I reduce it to the state above form. Inti amanema bebre elusu ye. Eti na omutumi obi atumi ye dope. And a course I didn't manage the blast here. Because when the temperature is reduced, the density and also a
the
increase.
center cannot hold.
Yes, into it has to. It's Quran catching say Quran catching or Quran no say Nyankopon bo so na asase no obo ebom no papa ni mi. And a science and
so science are confirmed with the
Quran ne kan eto because that time na and we are working nimdia no ba
so
1920.
So when they say the Big Bang, Muslims should not dispute it.
No.
It's true.
What say
our Quran
asem ya ye kan krampo no nipa o dey sa nimde we ba edun habo no 1920 we out. So you can calculate less than 100 years.
Oh.
1920. He was an American astronomy. You call it
when I did the Big Bang
theory no, okay, because he tried to explain that the universe is still expanding. The universe is expanding. The Bushra is expanding. Yes, incident no dinya nimde no dey or call reverse. Because if that's the case, this is how it started. So now the Quran have mentioned say Nyakopon bosu na asasina bom and or papa him. And my and science and who's a SAR-7 a busu expanded. It's not the Quran nekayano and correct. How is this possible? A man in the desert of Arabia 1,400 years ago could say something with all their scientific apparatuses, with all their scientific know-how, to me just recently 100 years ago. That's no more. This is nothing better than miracle. And you know, in the same surah, also, and the scientists are now trying to explain a better than we are say. God say we are the origin, not the future. Quran also say the future.
How do you destroy something you've let loose?
Yes, Quran in the same surah. When the always started Big Bang, no?
How?
Was started the beginning of the surah, verse 30. Surah ni Bible we verse 104. And Allah will actually acquire the first say we are seeing. Or see yawma natwi sama katoyi sijil kutub kama bada'ana awwala khalqin nu'idu wa'adan alayna inna kunna fa'ilin. Because a day is coming. What I did in the first, I'm going to repeat the same. I'm going to fold it back. Allah says katoyi sijil kutub, like a scroll that we roll like this. You roll like this. I'm going to fold it again.
Empty paper.
Yes.
Fold it. My expand it.
Nyankopɔn so bɛsɛn fold it back.
Then I fold it back.
He said, "Kama bada'ana."
Wow.
That is the most important. Kama bada'ana awwalan khaliqin nu'idu. Like I started to create it at first. How I created it at first, I'm going to reverse it. So the Quran
with the highest temperature.
Yes. So one thing is what is keeping the universe today, okay, is the gravitational attraction. Now, since air kono, the amount of matter produce into existence, you know, and then the ekita universe and ekita gravitational force, you know. The gravity cannot hold it again, so the gravity will lose its force, then it will come and crash. So that is the scientific. So that one we call the big crunch. Okay, crunch and so the scientists have propounded another theory called the big crunch. This one is the big bang. A blast. Now the big crunch is that it's coming to crash back. Because the amount of matter I go to air produce, okay, to the dark holes, okay, and all these kind of things, no.
And no, the crunch in the Quran I mentioned.
And okay, no. Quran says, "Yawma natu is-samaa katoyi al-sijil al-kutub." Okay, the day I'm going to fold it back, like we flow a paper in a scroll. Kama bada'ana awwala khaliqin nu'idu. Like I first did it at first. Wa'adan alayna. It is a promise upon me. Inna kunna fa'il, and I will surely do it. Quran chapter 21 verse 104. It is a promise upon me, and I will surely do it. So you see, in the onset of the verse, the surah, nyame kyerɛ yɛn kwan a bɛfa so ɔbɛyɛ den ɔfa so ɔsɛ ɔma wiase no ɛbae ɔbɛ wie surah na ɔkyerɛ yɛn kwan a bɛfa so ɔbɛyɛ den ɔbɛsɛ wiase. So I just don't want us to be talking about a lot of scientific.
The miracle of the Quran. In fact, and then I met me at seriously.
You understand?
Yes, I understand. Na kakrebia come here the mathematical aspect.
Okay.
Sorry,
mathematical aspect. Okay, my phone is there. The mathematical aspect, you know. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On say, me person me we want to learn I was talking about the Prophet's age in the Quran. Okay. And this is how Allah actually fixed it. It was so beautiful. When we say age is the period between the life of one and then the end.
The starting and the end.
The starting and the end, and idea a so. The action word here is death. Death is the action word. Birth and death. It is a death, Bape. Death signifies your age. Mm-hmm. Your death date signifies your age. My death date signifies my age. That is why so obiwa near training date about no. Because your death signifies your age.
Okay.
In the Quran, only 3 places Allah told the Prophet, I am going to kill you. 3 places. Allah told the Prophet, I am going to kill you. The first, how many years was the Prophet when he became a prophet? 40 years. I didn't have 40 years and allow you no commission. In Quran chapter 40, Allah says, "Wasbil, inna wa'adallahi haqq. Wa imma nuriyannaka ba'da allazi na'idduhum aw natawafayannak." The word there is natawafayannak. I am going to kill you. Quran chapter 40.
Okay.
Ayah number 77.
I'm following. Because I would want to understand for the viewers.
Okay.
I think that.
Excellent. Quran chapter 40, ayah number 70, in the Quran chapter 40 is short Ghafil. Ayah number 77. The word Natawafayanak is in 3 places of the Quran. And the life of the Prophet was divided in 3 places, in 3 stages.
Come on, you're a prophet.
He became prophet at the age of 40. And in Quran chapter 40, Allah told him, Wasbil, inna wa'adallahi haq. Okay, wa imma nuriyannaka ba'd allazi na'idduhum aw natwafayannak.
I know you verse 73.
Naam. Fa ilayna yurja'un. Verse 77. Quran chapter 40, verse 77.
77, okay.
So, this is one. The next stage of the life of the Prophet is the life in Makkah. For 13 years in Makkah. Quran chapter 13. Allah says, وَإِمَّا نُرَنَكَ بَعْضَ الَّذِي نَعِدُّهُمْ أَوْ نَتَوَفَّيَنَّكَ. Again. Mekum. 13 years in Makkah. In Quran chapter 13, Allah repeated the same message. 10 years in Medina. Quran chapter 10, Allah repeated the same message. The same message. وَإِمَّا نُرِيَنَّكَ بَعْضَ الَّذِي نَعِدُّهُمْ أَوْ نَتَوَفَّيَنَّكَ. Again. So the action word here is نَتَوَفَّيَنَّكَ. I'm going to kill you.
Okay.
Quran chapter 40, Allah says, I'm going to kill you. Quran chapter 13, I'm going to kill you. Quran chapter 10, I'm going to kill you. If you add the chapters, okay, 40, 13,
53.
and 10, 63, the age of the Prophet. And not just the age, but the setting. Everybody, both Muslims and non-Muslims, know that the Prophet, the life of the Prophet is divided in 3 stages. 40 years he became a prophet. 13 years in Makkah, and then 10 years in Medina. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine setting.
Okay.
Because the word that I'm going to kill you, it is only 3 in the Quran. Only 3. One in Surah Ghafil, the other in Surah Ra'ad, and the other in Surah Yunus. This is Quran chapter 10. So Quran chapter 40.
It's not a coincidence.
No.
Something that Allah.
It is with divine calculations.
This divine calculation, mathematics, or Quran, in recent day, is it still active? Something you can use to, solve issues and then treat yourself or solve your problem, or no?
Madam Yunus.
The question I know the own.
No, you see, I understand where you are coming from, and I believe.
And Samimodia.
Okay.
What will be a friend of Malam Shamuna?
Wana?
Malam Shamuna.
Shamun. I know Shamun. I don't know Shamuna.
Well, the way we say it in our accent.
Okay. He's where? He's in this country.
This country.
Oh, then I don't know him. The Shamun I know is not in this country.
Very known for predictions, spiritual calculations.
Oh, is that what you are talking about? So you are talking about astrology in Islam?
I don't see a different thing.
Oh yes, it's a different topic altogether.
Also a spiritual hacker using the Quran.
My brother, you see, we have a lot of knowledge. Okay.
I know you know him, but
but you see,
so continue
you
talking.
See,
I will look for
even the picture is not even important.
No, like I want you to know, say.
No, I know. There are a lot of people out there, even some of them in the outside the country, are more this kind of knowledge. Okay, but the calculation I'm talking about, the divine calculation, is not what they are talking about. Okay. No, it's a different thing. It's a different fold altogether. It's a different fold. Okay. We are trying to unlock, okay, certain codes, okay, which have
divine,
what do you call Huda guidance. for mankind because it gives them understanding to certain things, to appreciate the beauty and the wisdom of Allah, to understand that Allah is Hakim, the most wise. You see, he authored the Quran, and the words are not just, haphazardly placed in the Quran. Baby was the Shebia, baby that's so piano and make different meaning, okay, and more different like what I'm talking about. That Wafayanak could be anywhere in the Quran, or it could have been even 4 in the Quran, or it could have been even 2. Why 3? And why they are certain? So this.
Why do you add them up, and then it totals up to the age of the prophets?
And not just adding up and totaling to the age of the prophet. Even the certain is the most important thing.
40,
13 and 10. That is very important. So it is giving us a message. This is a message. So the Quran, okay, always Allah want to tell us that li'ul al-albab, for people of reflection, the Quran, okay, needs a lot of reflection. In fact, but not into bad things, okay, like talking about the mathematical whatever. Okay, that one is out of the pale of Islam. It is not allowed in Islam to do that.
To calculate what's in the future.
Astrology is haram in Islam.
When they calculate, is it so? When they do it,
that is a different thing altogether. Whether or not, say, sometimes people can predict correct. People can predict correct, and there are certain things that you do out of Islam. It will work, but doesn't mean what you are doing is the right thing.
So astrology,
haram. Haram, because Allah says in the Quran, وَمَنْ يَعْشُ عَنْ ذِكْرِ الرَّحْمَنِ نَقَّيِّدْ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانِ فَهُوَ لَهُ قَرِينٌ. Allah says, "Say, what Jami Masama?" Let me say, "Yeah, let me say, "Many also by I'll give you a leader, a qaida, who is Shaitan." You may think it is from somewhere, but because you left my guidance, that is why the Shaitan is taking control of your life. And you say, "Obia said the onye Muslim, onye Christian, onye Obiala, obuso need to make us in Shaitan at all." Who is doing this? It's the shayateen. Allah says, I will give them the power to do it. I will give them shaitan for lahu qarin, and they will be there for at their service. They will person the baby or the baby. So the fact that the Quran at all, say the Quran yes kadru nyinara. Nya Quran or the yes kadru. Shayateen or the omoye. Nyakopon from nechi because Nyakopon say me nya na so be. But say I will leave shaitan for you to control you.
Yeah.
So what they say. So the cannot calculation mathematical way na accuracy na yeka say wo Quran mu no enya na yeka eye nimde bia eye mfaso ebe my mfaso won say to know that this is in the Quran, the 40 years of the prophet, the 13 years in Makkah, the 10 years in Medina, sum up to become his age, and the word Allah used in all these places is not a fire like I'm going to kill you, which also represents the age of a person, is a miracle.
You move on to 1 or 2 calculations.
Oh, I think for the calculation, I don't want us to go into it much, okay? Because I say oh, you see, if you go into the Quran, we have a lot of mathematical calculation, but some of it, I even have to use blackboard or whiteboard to explain it to you. Once say mathematics, no, a very complex subject. So if we want to treat it as a topic, like the number, you see, even something, if you know the number of times Allah mentioned the word yom, day, is the same as Allah mentioned night. Okay, the number of times, and all of these things, I just don't want to be saying it. I want to give you references. Okay, and these are huge numbers. Huge numbers. So
day and night,
it's the same. Good and evil, the same. Jannah, Jahannam, the same.
Hey.
Oh yes, the number of times, and then it is.
So we numbers near pair.
Yeah.
what does it signify?
It signifies the divine wisdom behind the author, okay, of the book. It is not just a book where you have to tune some boom basa basa. Biblia was calculated, perfectly calculated.
Jannah, Jahannam, day, night.
Good, evil.
Good, evil.
And a lot of things. Okay, land, ocean, the same time.
Just a book.
The same proportion. Land and ocean, the same proportion. You know that the land is 30%, or 28 point something percent, and the sea and the ocean is 70 something. It's the same proportion God mentioned the land and the sea. In the same proportion. So we have to do some calculation for you to understand the year canon. So what I say. But basically,
about land and sea, per the percentage,
yeah,
we
yes.
call 70 and over.
Yeah.
Now we call
28
and over.
And over.
Into calculate here.
It gives you 100%.
Okay.
So you see, we have a lot of a lot. Yeah. 80. To summarize everything up, no. Quran. Why is it the greatest miracle? Even though they are in a miracle, but the people say, is this what you people are calling greatest miracle? Most of my pumu pie, yes, unyani obi ewu. Abufu anante, kwatafo insatene. Then you are calling this the greatest. Oh, fine. Somebody will argue, no, we understand this could be a miracle. We agree with you, it's a miracle. Okay? But to call it as the greatest miracle is the problem that we are having. You see, when I was talking about Quran moving people, there was one incident, and I want to share with the listeners. There was a man, though he was not a Muslim, and he doesn't even know what the Quran is. He would never defend the Quran. But Nedian said, and I drove down to the remote to the Ocean's channel. And the man has been complaining of nightmares. They be also some diabolic. And when Dako, I'm to all chichim stations, you know, and Okoja to television, Albayan television. Now Albayan for so many program and I say about 12 something. No matter on my phone, no the Kiran question so. And the Kiran Babas up to Ahmanachibe 4:40 to 5, no. As long as I'm about to start a jubilee. 80 that day Papa Noel all chichi in television or Jato Albayan and or die. Or die my dear chi or so put on when because when experiencing nightmare be when experiencing any nightmare, it was like so what is actually different today? I might be to me die I might experiencing nightmare be it's a honor or you want just into be but na TV way and right now they die now because the Muslims were there and they were still giving fatwa. They were talking and preaching. And the next day, no, was standing to Albayan ho. What does soundly 1 year night may be one soon be. In order to be sure, no, the following night, no, or better one fan to Albayan. Nasada no who say yes, and easy. Nanim point to me ankata. The next day, I was sent to Albayan. And said no to me at that it continued for about 1 week. So he came to the FM station where the Muslims were preaching, and he came and gave this testimony, and then he took Shahada. So you see how the Quran, okay, can even move people who don't even believe in the Quran. The Quran is a miracle of a miracle of a miracle. Now, why is it unique and it's considered as the greatest from all the other miracles? Brother Yunus, yes, Yesu, Mose, or Paya Pumu. And I yes, sir. At that time, it was necessary for Moses to part the sea for the people. So the miracle only benefited the people at that time. The miracle of Moses benefited the people at that time.
At that point.
At that particular time. Many men what benefit na yenya free that miracle. Then na yenya free. Yes, it is a miracle, but it's a history.
Okay.
Okay, it's a history. Jesus healed a blind man. Yes, it's a miracle. What are you and me getting from this miracle? Nothing.
So what are we getting from the Quran?
Excellent. Today, the Quran was there 1,400 over years now. We are still accessing the miracles of the Quran. We are benefiting from it today. Unlike other miracles. We are benefiting from it. If and then you will almost salah or now say what can Quran in a from salah, you are benefiting from it, my brother. You are benefiting from it. Okay, the Quran, oh kind, yatatata fihi, oh kind, in kuru, the guy will be there, will be correcting you off head. Are you not benefiting from that miracle? You are. So the Quran, the miracle of the Quran is accessible to everybody at any time, at any point. It was beneficial for the people at the time of the revelation, just as it is beneficial to us today. So this is the greatness of this miracle. A Christopher can say yes, say no. Omun chain, the omunya film. Nothing.
The Muja no.
Mujabe. Young Cramofo yasi anebi sama ayi firi soro by table firi soro by yenya bidie. Debi.
Otete clay they are no ma.
Ewa yin but this okay is a miracle which is tangible. You can hold it. You can perceive it. We are actually seeing it. We are experiencing it.
And you can hard copy.
So when you feel
hard copy.
So this make the miracle of the Quran the greatest.
I can touch it.
Yes, it is tangible.
I can see it.
You can experience it. And you know what is happening. When you are feina obi aye yati ye say ampa. For example, when I say obi memorize the Quran at the time of the prophet. Na ye time we obi antumi enye bi. That miracle we will not say it's a miracle.
But
the omo ye enra no yeso ebuso ye ne. This is what we call a miracle. Everlasting miracle. Okay? And then that's why we are seeing the Quran, the miracle of the Quran is superior to all other miracles. That's other miracles. But where are they today? We cannot touch them. They are not tangible. It benefited some people at some point in time. Anabi healed the blind. The prophet healed the blind. He healed the sick people. Are we benefiting from it? No. What we are benefiting is the Quran. People memorize the Quran and we benefit from it. We recite the Quran, we have the tranquility, we have the peace, we have the serenity, we have the security, we have the protection that we deserve. This is the Quran. This is the miracle. And this makes the miracle of the Quran the greatest of all miracles. And we are accessing it today. Our children and great-grandchildren are going to access the same miracle tomorrow. Wait, a unceasing miracle. Enter about twice through the generations. About twice ila yom al-qiyamah. So what I say? 18 na yaka say Quran no. Ya say enno so obi hu Quran no odwane no. Debi. Ya say nenkramofo bebre wo Quran no kropo yenim na de ban.
Asa ya sama Quran nso asa yi hu. Uni udu a untimi mfa. Yemfa ma Christians, yemfa ma non-Muslims, yenye ni say yamana ye hu for people to get access to it.
Is it no, say it all the okay, it born out of some tradition, okay, some old tradition where people have just few copies of the Quran. And the way say kumasi hangina asante hinkwa na Quran no copy ni bidani them. Do you think anybody can just go there and take the Quran? No. They have to put certain laws and other qualifications, okay, before you can go close to the Quran. Other than that, Islam gives anybody the opportunity and access to the Quran.
To read.
To do anything with the Quran.
Memorize it.
To do anything. Muslim, Christian, Jew, Mushrik, whoever can get access to the Quran. Because what is the essence of the Quran?
But there are certain places you can't take the Quran to or...
That is when you are a Muslim.
When you are not...
He's not a Muslim.
So when you are a Muslim, him fan want to mean kind of.
Oh, so many places. All the 40 places. Okay, all the 40 places you cannot recite the Quran.
But the light is needed where there is darkness.
No, that's not the case. Like, for example, telling me that you have to go to the boiler to bath because that is where you need to put water. No.
Okay.
You don't have to go to the boiler to bath because that is the most filthy place. You still have to bath in your house.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom to take away the filth. So even though that place is dark, this light is not going to benefit that place. The light of the Quran benefits the human heart. Okay, so wherever human beings are, you have to take the Quran to them because it is for them, not for the boiler. Okay, in the Quran, no, a guidance linnas, huda linnas, or bayinatin min al huda wal furqan. So Quran is the huda linnas. It is guidance for mankind. So we didn't take it to those places. So when you give to a Christian, you are giving it to him
to read.
To read,
especially the translations.
Yes. Until the call baby away from home. What you want, what you want that the person will receive the guidance of the Quran. And actually, we encourage people to give Quran out to the people. Let them read. No. Even no sound human being will do that. One Sakra, he disagree with it, but no sound human being will do that. Oh yes, no sound human being will do that. No matter how the people hate the book, they will not do that. You see, we see some people tearing the Quran.
Some weird people tell me they read better when they are on
toilet.
On toilet and in the bath.
Not the Quran. No, we all experience those kind of things. You know, when you are in school, you are going to write your exam, you do something we call chew and pour. Over bathroom, you can do this kind of fraction, but not the Quran. That is not the Quran. We don't do that with the Quran. Okay. We have to keep the Quran in places which are clean and pure, where you cannot eat. Okay, how can you receive the guidance? Because you are going to feed the soul. Like I told you from onset,
you are using the Quran to feed the soul.
The soul.
So the atmosphere.
So if you are feeding the body, you can't feed yourself in the toilet. How do you expect to feed your soul, which is more important than the body, in the toilet?
I see.
Do you understand? Yes, that's their places, and that's one of the settings of Allah. The facts are all it depends. It depends. And you'll be a corner where you're afflicted. Okay, it depends. Some people are vulnerable more than others. So it depends.
Depending on the protection around them.
Around the person. And even sometimes the intention. And even sometimes if Allah wants to test you, doesn't matter your protection, whatever, it can just happen to you. Like it happened to the Prophet. So anything can just happen.
Okay.
So but we need the Quran. We need to read, learn, understand, and practice what's in the Quran. The miracle of the Quran, okay, is best appreciated when the people get the guidance. Because that is the work of the Quran. Because that's when we appreciate the beauty of the Quran and the miracle. Because the miracle have to work in your life. Okay, we are saying this. Somebody is a Hafiz. Maybe you don't have the ability to memorize the whole Quran, but you have the ability to change your lifestyle. You have the ability to stop your evil deeds. You have the ability to shun evil, shun false speech, shun backbiting, shun this immorality. You have the ability, so you have to get that, miracle out of it to benefit your life.
You wouldn't have the ability to recite the Quran as sweet as Ubiawaya Hafiz.
Yes.
But you'd have the ability to read the Quran, whether a transliteration or translation.
Excellent.
Or even the small Arabic you've read.
Yes.
And then have a good impact
and
in your life.
Apply it in your life.
And
you can even apply it even more than the Hufaz. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, being a righteous person does not necessarily mean you have to be very knowledgeable. Somebody, even though generally, like the Quran says, the ulama are those who are closer to, obeying the commandment of Allah, because by knowing the consequence of disobeying Allah, they want to do more to incur the pleasure of Allah. So what I say, enti omo nsua de bebre no obi wo nsua de bet akoma na kita no yakoma papa obetima anya gidie anya ndwuma di papa asen obi a wasua Quran na egu ne tirim, especially today. Say most of the Quran no akoka etirim, it does not reflect in the
inaction
behavior of the people. Okay, because now the world has been corrupt. Okay, just on the merit of the miracle of the Quran, the person can memorize the Quran, but on the application, it's going to be a different case altogether. And Allah addressed that issue in the Quran. Okay, He himself, He knew that it's going to happen like this. He addressed it in the Quran. And if you go to the Hadith, the Prophet also said, a lot of things about it. People will be reading the Quran from the lip, but the heart will be empty of it.
Okay. Odawa Capital, Odawa Hub, MAM Online Media Network. 1 hour, 47 minutes of the miracle of the Quran. Shaikh Hafiz Buhari, any Jumedi live. Shaikh, last words na yamaiti for.
Yo, kakra meka twato ni se matifo nyinara yamamutie. Monitie. So manya adaje adiamai. Now the purpose of our program is not to amaze the people, but to let the people understand the need of us to marry the Quran. Okay, young ware Quran no yan take Quran na say yan share yan can apply in our day-to-day activities. So what you say, and then we should be confident enough to give our friends who are not Muslims the Holy Quran. Let them also benefit from the mercy. Also, Yakupon say, "Inna asalnaka, wa ma asalnaka illa rahmatan lil alamin." I've sent you as a mercy to mankind. And you say a share mercy na eto obia. And the Quran ankasa e yang mobro. Enti obia na bomodin. Say one, at least try say one so to me. I use at least some portions of the Quran. To me, ebia you mind na you try kakle bia betu bia no. Na mo sponsor mo koda no, mo mano, mo almajin for no, mo bomo. No mo to me enko omanim, so that we can sustain this miracle. And but every community bia will be and say it will go a long way to help the ummah. It Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on kaya ho kasa kakra ya kan be bia yam fum so is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala any pan kwa na be fum Allah on fire fum so in China on bo mo ho ban mo amuti on bo mo ho ban free yam fum so subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayhi wa assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaykum assalam.
ويوم يعض الظالم على يديه يقول يا ليتني اتخذت مع الرسول سبيلا يا ويلتى ليتني لم أتخذ فلانا خليلا لقد أضلني عن الذكر بعد إذ جاء.
Wallahi, al-jannah to the firdaus is our limit, inshallah. Amen.